Hey, Tao Penalized Math and History, and we're gonna be looking at solving systems by substitution, and we're gonna be taking a look at real-life examples. While solving systems by substitutions, you will encounter math problems that look like this. In the past few videos, we have been solving math problems that have two equations in them, and our goal is to find a number for x and y to make them both true. And we're gonna look at a real-life example, and we're gonna have a word problem that relates to this. Here is our example problem. Moritz wants to buy power cards in a Wii game. Helicopter cards cost 10 coins and train cards cost 5 coins. If he buys 13 cards that cost him 85 coins in total, how many of each card did Moritz buy? What we're trying to find is how many helicopter cards and how many train cards he bought. This word problem is an example of solving systems by substitution. The reason why is because that there is information in the word problem that'll help us find the two equations that we'll be able to solve how many helicopter cards he bought and how many train cards he bought. Let's get started. The first step to solving this problem is we want to know how many cards he bought. So he bought a total of 13 cards. So we're going to write 13 as our total number of cards. And the two cards we're focusing on is helicopter cards, and we're also focusing on train cards. So H plus T equals 13. The number of helicopter cards plus the number of train cards equals 13 cards. So here is our two equations. Let's figure out how many helicopter and train cards Moritz bought. So our first step is have one of these two variables isolated. We have H plus T equals 13 cards. So what we're going to try and do is have H equals or T equals. So, in this case, it doesn't really matter what variable you isolate. So, I'm going to choose to do T as the variable we're going to isolate. So, T equals 13 minus that by H. That H is going to become a negative. So, after that, we have to rewrite the bottom equation and put it right here. The reason why we isolate the T is because we're going to insert that T into this equation. So combining the two equations, we're going to get 10H plus 5 parentheses 13 minus that by helicopter cards is going to equal 85 coins spent. The reason why we just did that is because this information is part to this. We do not know how many train cards there are. The only information that's given to us is 13 minus h, and that means that that equation is going to equal the number of train cards, so we shift it into here. So we can rewrite the problem again. 10h plus 5 multiplied by 13 and 5 multiplied by h, negative h. So that is saying 5 multiplied by whatever number of train cars there are. 5 multiplied by 13 is 65. And 5 multiplied by negative h is going to be negative 5h. And that's going to bring us 85. We're actually simplifying right now. So our next step is to combine like terms. 10h and negative 5h is going to become 5h. Plus that 65, and that is going to equal 85. So our next step is to minus that by 65, because we're simplifying. We minus this by 65, and we're going to get an answer of 20. And 5h, since that's a variable, we divide both sides by 5, and our answer for h alone is going to equal 4. When we simplify this expression, we should get an answer of 4 as h alone. We now know that Moritz must have bought 4 helicopter cards. So if 4 helicopter cards is what we know as how many helicopter cards he bought for h, we can now insert 4 to represent h. And we will be able to solve the two equations and figure out how many types of cars, how many helicopter cars and train cars Moritz bought. So 4 plus what equals 13? 4 plus 9 equals 13. So Moritz must have bought 9 train cards. That's what's going to make the top equation true. Let's check the bottom equation. So 4 helicopter cards, multiply that by 10 because that's the price. That will be 40 coins. 4 helicopter cards is going to cost us 40 coins. And if we add that by the number of train cards, it's going to equal 85. 40 plus what equals 85? Well, 40 plus 45 is going to equal 85. But 5t, that t is a variable. So 5 multiplied by what gives us 45? 5 multiplied that by 9 is going to equal 45. So for t, that's how many train cards Moritz is going to buy. 4 helicopter cards and 9 train cards. Let's see what card Moritz will use in his next turn. Looks like he picked a train card to get to a surprise space. Then he got that surprise space opportunity to steal another card from another player. Moritz was so lucky. That video game can be played on the Wii console. Did you know Nintendo named their console Wii because Wii means for everyone? Nintendo designed the console to be suitable for everyone, so that's why they call it Wii, because it means we play. Thank you for watching Tao Ping Airlines Math Industry. Like and subscribe.